I don't know what's going on with my hair, but we're gonna deal with it because I haven't slept. Hello there, I have returned. I was tagged in the 7 Things video by George, Veg Untold, and he untagged me because I failed to do it for 2 months. So I figured that since he doesn't want me to do 7 facts, I would do 50, so suck it, George. And you are welcome, everybody else. In my life, I have had 3 hamsters. One was called Hammy, one was called Melon, and the third I left on a couch while I went to do my homework and it slid down a pipe into the basement. As a small child, my parents irresponsibly neglected to fasten me properly into my high chair and I fell out face first onto a nail. People, every time I tell them this story, say that explains a lot, and I'm just like, what does that explain, friend? Please enlighten me. After many hours of pondering, I've come to the conclusion that the only 2 celebrities I would not be able to act cool around are P. Diddy, for literally no reason other than the fact that he's P. Diddy, and the Backstreet Boys, because they are my life. I've genuinely considered at some points like writing a speech just in case I meet the Backstreet Boys and like carrying it around with me everywhere, because there's no way that I can express to the Backstreet Boys how much I love them. I love swimming and I love the ocean, but I will not swim in open water. And there is no way you would get me in a river. I've seen every episode of River Monsters, and I see absolutely no reason why any person in any circumstance in any country should ever go swimming in a river. Don't do it. If you die because you've gone swimming in a river, I will have 0 sympathy for you because I told you not to. This is something that we're all probably very aware of by this point, but I would just like to reiterate the fact that I hate moths. So I took a gap year between high school and university, and I moved to New York, and then I traveled around Europe for a couple months. And for 2 weeks, I was in Italy with just my dad and my stepmom. And so, because I'm an only child, the entire album from Italy, that trip, is just me by myself. So in order to distract people from that, I decided to put really witty captions on all the photos. And to this day, those captions are probably one of the things that I'm most proud of in my life. They're so good. I will tell people I have curly hair, they won't believe me, they'll see it and they'll go, holy shit, you have a fro. And I'll just be like, yeah. I told you that. I will not eat eggplant, fish, any kind of like gristle or fat attached to meat, and I can't eat any level of spice. Like, I can't take it. The first 3 are just me being difficult, but the 4th one, I've really fucked up tongue, so I'm really oversensitive to taste. Like, my friend Lou in school used to just give me like extra minty gum to watch my eyes water. I can't handle it. I also will not eat pine nuts because they're disgusting. MC just texted me saying that I should drop a compliment for her in here, but I'm very wary about dropping anything because even the smallest crumb could crush her. Patrick has pointed out to me that my default response to everything is just ew. Something will happen on TV, I'll say ew. I'll hurt myself and I'll just go ew. I don't know when this started, but it's not good. Cause the other day he was like, I love you, and I just went ew. I went through this really angsty phase when I was like 13 or 14, and during that time I spray painted a picture of my mom's boyfriend as the devil on the wall of my bedroom at her house. And you can tell that it's him because he's a food and wine critic, and then in one hand the devil has a pitchfork and in the other hand it has a wine glass. I thought I was really clever for that. Something that you would not know about me, unless you know me in real life, is that I've been singing properly since I was 6, and the first musical I was ever in was Godspell in year 10. And I was obsessed with the guy who played Jesus, like creepy obsessed. So I'm a very obsessive person anyway, but like this was like next level. I also have a lot of very addictive tendencies. Like in year 8, I was like pretty much addicted to this energy drink called V, and I remember one day I drank like 9 of them, and the next day I just couldn't move. Probably best that I stay far away from drugs. On muck-up day, my friend Gabby and I wanted to put like a chicken, like a cooked chicken, in her little sister's locker, but she was smart and locked her locker, so we just put it in the girl next to hers with a note that said Olivia forgot her lunch. In year 8, to accompany my group's drama play about Oedipus, I wrote a song to the tune of Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid called The Incest Song. I have had a snowball fight on Mount Vesuvius. Genuinely, I bet you haven't done that. On more than one occasion, I've genuinely considered opening a P.O. box just so people can send me Cheetos. Because I keep trying to order them in bulk off Amazon, but they don't ship to Australia and I get really upset. When I was little, my dad and I invented a game called Lemon Toss, which is where you throw a lemon back and forth until it ends up as pulp. And it is at this point that it becomes very clear that I'm an only child. But that's okay, because growing up, I had 12 imaginary siblings. My best friend Sarah and I realized that if you look at this photo while playing Give Me Love by Ed Sheeran, it is the best experience that you will ever have in your life. When I was in kindergarten, my entire class got chickenpox and I got whooping cough, and I was so pissed off. Like, I'm still not over that. I had to get the freaking injection because I never got chicken pox because I was too busy having whooping cough. Last month, my friend Ruby and I had dinner with Marlon and Sean Wayans from White Chicks and Scary Movie. In year 8, my drama class convinced our new teacher that everybody called me Lenny and that I wasn't allowed to go to the bathroom by myself since the incident. The first proper song I remember ever writing was called Manager of My Dreams, and I wrote it when I was 11, and it sounds pretty much exactly how you would imagine a song called Manager of My Dreams written by an 11-year-old girl would sound. Freaking love documentaries. I will watch documentaries all day, every day. I pretty much do. I spent the majority of my childhood obsessed with Aaron Carter. I was in love with him for like 4 to 5 years. And last year he followed me on Twitter and I lost my shit. The first time that I ever remember getting in trouble at school was in 1st grade, and my desk got moved up next to the teacher's desk, and the last time I got in trouble in high school was literally the Monday of my last week at school, and I got sent to the deputy principal's office. Most of the time it was just because I would distract everybody, but also there were other times where I actually did things. Like one time I cut someone's hair off in 3rd grade in the middle of class. In pre-primary, we had a substitute teacher for a couple weeks, and she had a special cushion, and whoever behaved themselves the best at the end of the day got to sit on the special cushion. And at the end of the 3 weeks that she was there, every single other person in the class got to sit on the special cushion, and I didn't. And I have carried that with me for over 15 years at this point, and I have no intention of letting go at any point soon. Heath Ledger is one of my favorite people. He's my favorite actor, and A Knight's Tale is probably my favorite movie, like including Step Brothers, and I fucking love Step Brothers. I haven't technically broken a bone, but I may have because I fell over one time when I was drunk. But I didn't fall over because I was drunk, I fell over because I was uncoordinated. I'm uncoordinated to the point where once in Italy I fell over when I was standing still. I didn't faint, I just fell over. The only time I've ever been like unpleasantly drunk was on Family Easter one year. And it wasn't even my family. My favorite song of all time is Hey Juliet by Element. Element-E is how it is spelt. I used to play Harry Potter like really intensely, and when I was 8 or 9 years old, I went into the kitchen and changed all the labels on the spices to potion ingredients. And to this day, there's still a jar in our kitchen that I have no idea what's actually in it, but it just says Eye of Newt. Once in year 9, we convinced our friend Holly that she was wearing a blazer when she wasn't. Like, it took the whole lunchtime, but I still think that's pretty impressive. I am extremely stubborn. Like, when I was little, I was convinced that the lyrics to the Ghostbusters theme song were Who You Gonna Call George Mustang? And my dad was just like, no, Maddie, this is the theme song to a movie called Ghostbusters. But I was just like, no, they're clearly saying George Mustang. In year 8, my friend Ruby and I used to watch this movie called Camp, which is about a musical theater summer camp every weekend. And when we were on our drama trip to New York in year 11, we met one of the guys who was in camp, and I yelled Stephen Sondheim at him. Before my year 11 formal, I asked my mom to buy me drinks, and she told me to get high on life. I just asked my dad to get them for me instead. I hope you found this educational. Leave me some interesting facts about you in the comments so I feel that we are getting reacquainted with each other. Has your mother ever told you to get high on life and not been joking? I would genuinely be interested to know that. I know I've been gone for a while, but it's not abandonment because I came back. So, life lessons.